Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 2K Club Body Development Challenge. Wow, here we are. I can't believe it's been 50 days since I've been on this crazy diet, training consistently 5 days a week. I missed maybe about 2 sessions in that whole time for a foot injury. Although I am going to miss a session this week because I've got some friends visiting on Thursday, and I can't say I'm just going out to train like in the evenings while they're here. There's people I haven't seen for a very long time, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Yeah, overall, I'm feeling absolutely fantastic. I got my 8 hours sleep in. I feel really energized. I'm not too hungry to concentrate on my work and stuff. Like, it's been going really well today. I haven't been outside. It's a little bit chilly. I should get out for a walk and that, but today is Monday, and Monday is the Metcon cards. So essentially we go for a deck of cards, and each face of the card will tell us how many reps and what type of exercise we're doing based on the face and the suit. If you've watched the rest of the videos up to this point, I probably don't need to explain it anymore to you. And there's links below where you can sort of see, look, you can get an idea of what kind of workouts we're doing at Body Development. Yeah, not really much more to say. Woke up, walked past the mirror, got a look at myself, and like, it's kind of weird because you're starting to see like all of the toning and stuff. When I'm not even flexing, it was kind of a case where I was just like, oh yeah, sort of, because you get a little bit used to it if you're a bit conscious about the way you look, about sort of like that flex where you pull the gut in. And now I'm kind of at that point where it's like, well, I don't need to. I generally look this shape without me pulling that in. So it was actually kind of a weird thought. Maybe it's just me that does that. I don't know. But there's plenty of guys in there that will probably know where they've sort of like just pulled it in just a little bit, just so they look a little bit better at the time. But no, I don't need to. I still don't have the chiseled ab look, but gonna keep working on that. I've got a few more weeks to keep pushing. This week is push week at Body Development, so that means we're supposed to go at our absolute maximums to achieve the best results for the month. We're also coming up towards the end of the training split, the winter split, and we'll be going into spring. So the exercises all completely change, and they progressively get harder, apparently. I don't know last time then if that ramping is accurate. I should have been in the absolute toughest part of the year when I joined in November, right towards the end of the full season. I'm not entirely sure. This is my first year training with Body Development. I was only there end of fall, and then I've really been taking it seriously through this winter split. But yeah, I can't argue with the results. The results have been incredible. The PTs, they really know what they're talking about, and from everything I've been doing on the dieting and that, it's worked. I've not hit a plateau or a problem yet where I need to increase the amount I'm walking or reduce my calories and everything. My biggest problem has been not eating enough calories on my cut. Yep, that is the problem I've complained about quite a lot on here, but it's a good problem to have. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here, get on with a bit of my day. I will show you the food that I'm gonna be eating when I get that sorted. We're gonna be eating quite large portions today because it is Metcon cards. I can anticipate I'm gonna burn around 3,000 calories on my Garmin watch, or at least that's what the Garmin watch will tell me. How much I actually burn is a little bit of a mystery to me, but I can base on the fact that I'm losing about a kilo a week. It's going to be around 1,000 deficit that I've been going with, and I'm normally eating around 2,000, 2,300. So my burn is probably closer to about 3,300, especially on a day like Mondays or Wednesdays. All right, guys, catch up with you in a bit for meal number one. Guys, this is meal one for today. So I have 350 grams of pork chop, 250 grams of potatoes, and 25 grams of absolute dark chocolate. The main dish is lightly seasoned with a bit of salt and pepper. Again, no condiments or anything like that to go with this because we're staying completely clean. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to eating this, and I'll catch up with you guys for meal two a little bit later. And guys, pretty bare bones on meal number two for today. Just 3 chicken thighs coming in at 422 grams. This is going to bring my total calories up to about 2,400 today. I'm expected to burn about 3,000 when all is said and done with Metcon cards. It's yeah, I forgot to go out and get avocado, so I was just like, okay, how do I get the calories in when I'm missing some of the ingredients? And unfortunately, chicken thighs, because they're so dense, it goes one thigh is around like 175 grams, So essentially, as soon as you get to 3, you start getting into like 400 territory, and that's about 900 calories in total for the dish. But all said and done, I need to eat this and then get ready for Metcon cards. So today, a really tough day in the gym. We had it's because it's rush week. We're all pushing ourselves a little bit harder. Metcon cards is always a really tough class. We didn't get through the whole deck of cards this time, but one of the reasons for that is usually in the past couple of weeks, we've had a couple of sections where it's just been draw a card, do the exercise, draw a card, do the exercise, draw a card, do the exercise, like 5 minutes or so, without any of the running or the jogging on the spot in between each exercise. So that actually takes up quite a bit of the whole thing, is just the in between running and jogging. So we didn't get through the whole deck, but we still gave it a very good go. And we had a new exercise in there, which was a squat, and then essentially a halo with the kettlebell where you rolled it around, and then you do a squat, and then you come back up and do it the other way. You've got to get it so it sort of touches your shoulders, but I had trouble where I banged my neck a few times. It's just an exercise I need to get used to. I've done when I trained using the Buff Dudes program, they called them Around the Worlds, and I wasn't adding that into a whole bunch of other exercises, which basically just turns it into one gigantic superset, series of supersets essentially. But got through the exercise feeling very good. I did something really stupid. I accidentally didn't save the exercise on my watch. When I finished, I pressed a button and then it discarded it. So I was like, there we go. That was a really hard workout that I've just deleted all the data and the heart rates for. Terrific. But I left my watch running for about an hour after the exercise, as I usually do on Mondays and Wednesdays, to catch the afterburn as your heart rate comes down and I go about my day. And I did manage to get quite a significant amount of calories captured. I can give you my stats right now, actually. So I ate 2,441 calories. I burned off 3,047, giving me a deficit of 606. Now, bearing in mind, that doesn't include the calories from the exercise I accidentally deleted. So I probably am at about 1,000 deficit on most of the days, which then actually makes sense when you look at the weight calculation of how fast my weight has been coming down, when it should be aiming for half a kilo a week, and I've been getting about a kilo a week, maybe a little bit more, about kilo 0.2. Yeah, about kilo 0.2 is about right, or kilo 0.15. And that then gives me information about a little bit from how much my Garmin watch is actually tracking. Now, don't get me wrong, the fact that it's not 100% accurate is to be understandable. If I was taking it even more seriously, I'd probably get the strap that goes around your chest so you can actually track your heart directly. But that felt like a little bit much for something when I was just getting into this. But the data that I am getting from my watch is helping me make decisions in the kitchen, and it's helping me decide whether or not I need to go and do a quick walk, or when to potentially plan a lower day in calories. All of this stuff has been incredibly helpful. Now, obviously, if it was perfectly accurate, that would be great. But ultimately, it's helped me figure out what my body does on a regular basis, so then I can then make decisions to increase my exercise, decrease my exercise, or change my eating habits. And it's showing on the scale, and it's showing in the mirror, and that's ultimately what I'm going for. So not much more to say. I'm really not hungry right now. I still feel very full from dinner. It was a lot of chicken thighs. 2,400 calories is quite a big day for me. It's almost like eating an entire extra meal. Well, that's not true, because I only eat twice a day, but it's like eating half a meal extra than what I usually eat. So feel really good. Actually, I'm a bit tired because it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, just gone 11 o'clock. There's a clock that direction. I'm also wearing a watch, which I could have just looked at, but there we go. Lesson learned for the next time I'm doing one of these videos. So I'm going to go to bed now, but I'm going to catch you guys up as we continue our way through Rush Week. So rest easy and best of luck with your Chad bods. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Body Development 2K Club Challenge. So rapidly closing in on the end of February. My results so far have been incredible. And this is push week, so the idea is I'm going to be pushing myself as hard as possible to get the best results, and then I get a scan at the end of this week. I can compare it versus the scan that we got at the start of the month, or even just our last scan as well. I woke up today, a lot of energy. I got up about 7:30. I got to bed on time, so feeling really, really good. Work has not been a problem. I've not been struggling with my moods or anything like that. My younger brother stayed with me last night as well, so I've also been able to be more sociable. I think definitely a key thing for me was just getting my carbs up a little bit. It didn't have to be a lot because I'm aiming for 15%, but I'm kind of averaging out around 13% of my daily intake of calories from carbs. 10 was way too low, and 20 is kind of where I'm going to need to put it up to, I think, after I get down to the lower parts of body percentage fat, because at some point I'm going to run out to burn, and I absolutely don't want to burn muscle. So putting a little bit of glycerin, not being dependent on it, but just putting in enough that I don't liquidate my acids in case my muscle mass would be preferred. Ultimately, actually, even looking in the mirror, though, to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit small, which is kind of a weird thing. I think I'm in a better position now that I understand a little bit more about how much my calories are and the types of food that I'm eating is actually going to impact me for when I want to move into a muscle building cycle, a bulk cycle essentially, that I'm going to be able to do it much more efficiently, and I'm going to be able to get the right things and see results as well. And that's not to say all the work that I did before, I haven't seen incredible results from where I was towards my end of my late 20s, which was kind of putting on that early 30s dad bod, which I was not rocking very well at all, to be honest. It's I'll be able to do this a lot more efficient, especially with the help of the PTs body development. That's actually something I'm looking forward to, is moving into that next phase. Obviously, I'm impatient. I want to have the six-pack abs, and like it's like so close. I can taste it because I haven't eaten any sugar or anything terrible in the last couple of weeks or the last 51 days. So that like my senses are all heightened. I'm overall really ready for this. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, and now, of course, I'm getting a little bit impatient. But I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm not going to drink a bunch of alcohol. I'm not going to order a bunch of pizza. I'm just going to keep going, keep grinding, and I'll get there. Absolutely no questions asked. I don't have any doubt in it at this point. It's just a case of when, not if. And yeah, almost it's actually kind of weird. Usually I use when I did cuts before, it'd be generally January to May essentially would be kind of no, actually no, I'd bulk until spring. So I was actually about April, and then I'll do like a 12-week cut. And to be honest, I was not eating enough food. Like, this is the biggest weird thing for what I've probably been doing for years, is putting on muscle and liquidating muscle and having no idea what's going on, based on purely on the fact that I'm just not eating enough. And like, I've retained quite a bit. Like, I'm not going to be like a rake or anything like that from before. I've definitely got some muscle there, but I'm really looking forward to putting on a bit more muscle mass with the bulk phase. But that's not what we're here to focus on right now. We're focusing on fat loss in the most efficient ways possible. And yep, we've covered everything. We're covering like cost of calories and stuff like that, and it's all going really, really well. As you can tell from my general perky mood, today is a good day. So I'm going to get back to my day job. So I will catch up with you guys for the check-in for meal number 1 a little bit later. And guys, this is meal 1 for today. So I have 250 grams of pork belly slices. We're back on that again this week. We'll see if it still tastes a little bit sickly, and if not, I'll take another 2 weeks off. 250 something grams of potato. I think, yes, 254. And then for chocolate, 25 grams of 85% dark chocolate. It's the last I have in the house, and I want to get rid of it and be completely on 100% from this point moving forward. So yeah, not much else to say. Usual meal. I'm going to be tucking into this, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. Okay guys, this is meal 2 for today. There's 106 grams of avocado and about 370 grams or so of chicken thighs. This is pretty calorie dense. It brings me up to about 2200, which should be enough considering the class that I'm going to take. I'm going to walk over there, walk back as well. Probably looking at a total burn today of around 2500, 2600, which should fall within the lines of the 500 gap I'm looking for. Anyway guys, I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to get ready and head over to my class. A tough class today. I did stretch and move, which is the precursor to the calisthenics class that I'm looking to take in about 2 months' time. It's generally using a lot of different bodyweight exercise. It's sort of like very intense circuits and different types of progressive moves that get more and more difficult. So you start off, for example, doing one sequence, and then you add to it, you build onto it more complex movements, essentially, which, as you get more used to it, it should become a lot easier. But I was struggling with a little bit of the coordination, like on certain exercises where you would move your right arm and your left leg and kind of like alternating. So it's like these two or these two. I was actually struggling with that a little bit because I've never really challenged that part of my brain during a workout when I'm just trying to focus on reps and feeling the tension, and then also trying to switch to make sure that I'm not going back to my default, which is moving one side then the other. But all in all, really good class. Burned quite a few calories in there, about 400 or so, so a bit more than I usually do on even Metcon cards. Although Metcon cards has a much bigger cooldown period after the exercise, so that's kind of really big for that. So yeah, not really much more to say. I'm very tired at this point. I'll just give you a quick overview of the stats before I go. Total calories in 2,273, total calories out 2,699, deficit 426. Actually, interestingly, I don't think um, my watch picked up on the calories that I closed off on because, well, maybe it did. Actually, I just realized I'm not wearing my watch. I had it on charge after I got in the shower, so I'll explain why it's taking a while to update on my app on my phone. I was in the other room like, this is a bit slower than usual. Just below that 500, which is fine because I was at about 600 deficit yesterday. So it will balance out over time. Just about had it right. I can just tweak the numbers a little bit, but not eating the chocolate with tonight's dinner was the correct choice. And tomorrow's Wednesday, so I can expect about another 3,000 burn day, like Monday, which is 3,050. Anyway, guys, I'm really tired, so I'm going to go to bed now. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another morning vlog for the Body Development 2K Club. So today I'm feeling really, really good. I've got fit this evening, so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but overall I'm ready for it. Body's not hurting too much from stretch and move, which is great. I'm actually really enjoying the stretch and move class. It's interesting not using weights. You're literally just using your body weight. Dropping a bunch of it has obviously helped quite a bit with that. But yeah, no, fit is one of the tougher classes. It's one of the ones where I always think about, maybe I'd like to just do lower weights instead, because I've not actually done that class. I've always done fit on Wednesdays. But I think it's important to do things that are challenging, especially on a very high cardio level. I've got 2 of those in essentially each week. So Metcon cards on Mondays and Wednesdays fit. And those are the days where I really like push myself. So I'm not going to shy away from those ones. As much as I'm more of a fan of traditional weight training and I've always hated cardio, this has actually been the best cardio I've ever done, to be honest. It's like it's not as long, it's not as like awful. It's just sort of like running on a treadmill or, the typical lifter kind of cardio, which is going to be walking on an incline for about 40 minutes. I mean, that's great when you want to listen to a podcast or something, but my days are generally so busy and with all the other stuff going on in my life, I don't really have time to do a 2-hour weight training session and then about 40-minute cardio session afterwards. It's like nearly 3 hours every day taken when you can take into consideration commuting to the gym and back from the gym. Like 3 hours every day is a huge commitment. And it's something that could be definitely, it's not necessary. That said, if your goals are to build muscle and stuff, then the traditional weightlifting is very strong. I mean, I've not done the actual gaining of muscle with body development before, so I'm going to be really interested when I complete this, essentially this whole experiment of you losing the weight and then trying to put it on for muscle mass. So my general mood today, actually, when I looked in the mirror, I actually felt a bit small, and I know this is a problem that a lot of people get when they're training, because you see all the photos on Instagram, you see all the sort of stuff of like everybody sort of like super buffed and super ripped, and I started to realize like obviously I've lost a lot of fat and like I'm feeling a little bit skinny, and obviously I should be. I know I'm on one level just sort of looking at it and thinking, oh god, I'm not gonna look like one of those Instagram people. When I don't really care, I'm not competing with those people. I'm competing with myself, and this is just part one of a transformation. This is essentially burning away all the fat that I picked up over the past few years. Well, I've been doing cuts and stuff in between, but like doing it properly and then building muscle from a clean bulk, or essentially putting it on in a clean way where I'm not going to be just gaining loads of fat mass back on. And the key thing is now I know how to do it. I know what my diet needs to be. I know what my numbers need to be. I know how to use this to track the data and actually make meaningful decisions based on that data. So I know that even if during a bulk phase I am putting on some fat, I know exactly how to trim it down. And Yeah, no, I'm really excited about the future. I've got a scan on Monday, which I'm super excited to see the results of. If everything's kept on trajectory, I should probably be around 13 to 12% body fat, probably 12%. Uh, and I'll probably be around 68 kilos. So my goal for this week is to be 68.8. Yeah, because we were 69.3. So we go down to 68.8. We've hit our weekly target. It's about midweek point now. It's Wednesday, so I haven't actually stepped on a scale yet, but I will get to that probably a little bit later this week, and then for the weigh-in obviously on Sunday, and then the scan on Monday morning. So guys, that's going to be it for me for this part of the log, but I will catch up with you for what I'm eating a little bit later. And guys, this is meal one for today. So I have 303 grams of potatoes, I have 250 grams of pork belly, and then 27 grams of 85% dark chocolate, the absolute last of it. So then it's over to 100% black for the duration of this 2K Club Challenge. Overall, pretty good. Pretty good meal, very, very calorie dense, and it's kind of what I've been eating all along. Not really much else to say. I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys for meal two. And guys, this is meal two for today. It's just one chicken thigh at 221 grams, 176 grams of avocado, and 30 grams of 100% absolute dark chocolate. Can't really afford any more calories for today. This brings me up to about 2200, even though it's a Wednesday. I plan to not be too active after training, so I haven't been for a walk today, so I'm going to aim for about 2800 burn. So around 2200 is going to be okay. I probably won't hit 2800, but well, actually, that said, everything done before, I've been hitting 3000, so maybe I should have put some more food on the plate. Something to consider at the end of the day in the wrap up, but probably could have put a bit more down here, but I'm feeling pretty good about this. Anyway, guys, I'm going to enjoy this and I'll go train. Hey everyone, and welcome to a wrap up of day 52. So today was Wednesday, which is fit class. Fit class is one of the hardest ones that I do all week. Mondays and Wednesdays are generally my most intensive days. Tuesdays, rapidly coming up, is pretty challenging. But I've still not quite got to the point yet where that's more challenging than the other classes that I'm currently taking. Overall, today's really good. It's in the evening. I'm not hungry at all. I'm in good mood, good spirits. I've been doing loads of video editing and sorting some stuff out on someone else's channel and learning all about that. And I felt very motivated and energized to go do that. So I've been in a really good place. Like, I'm in a great mood today, even at the gym. And it's like, how's your week been? I was like, fantastic. I've got no other way to put it. Everything's been just going really good for me right now, and I feel amazing. I'll give you a breakdown of my calories. So it's a bit earlier in the evening. I usually do these at around 11 o'clock. So this is still pretty early. We're at, what's the time now? Just about 9 o'clock. Usually I burn about 100 calories an hour just sort of existing. So there's probably about another 200 calories to burn from when I normally make these videos. But at the moment, I ate 2,269. I've burned 2,328, which gives me a deficit of only 59. That is well under my expectation. I thought I'd be burning a lot more. I probably need to add some steps in during the week in order to catch up on the deficit. And by the end of the day, I'll probably be about a 259 deficit. So what I'll do tomorrow is go out for a walk, probably for about 30 minutes. And then that should get me, that'll pick up about 150 calories or around 200. And if I do another walk on Friday as well, it will sort of help pick up any lost calories. But again, I am also anticipating that my watch is not 100% accurate. I think it's underreporting the amount that I'm burning. But the truth will be told on Sunday's weigh-in, and then again, all the data, no secrets hidden, will be revealed on Monday when I do my scan for the end of February, which will be the end of 2 months, and the end of phase 2 of this 2K club. Yeah, I've got company coming tonight, so I've got to get ready for that. So I can't really go into too much more. But if you want to know how I'm feeling, couldn't really be better, to be honest. Well, you could give me £1 million, then that would be a bit better. But yeah, only a little bit. Right now, I'm doing great. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, and best of luck with your work towards your chatbots. Today, I'm feeling pretty good. I had some friends stay overnight. They've just left, so I can finally sort of relax. So been up and ready, working on my projects and stuff, took them out for breakfast and that. It's, again, whenever I go out with friends at the moment, because I'm not eating any stuff that I'm not preparing myself, that I can confirm there's no oils, refined grains, or processed sugars in. People always get a bit weird, but it's just a case of like, Yeah, guys, no, it's fine. Honestly, I know what my fitness goals are, and ultimately I've got to deal with the consequences of my actions. No one else does, so I'm not going to cave in when somebody's like, "Hey, you need to eat this and that," or "Come on, oh, it'll be fine, just one meal, one meal." And yeah, it will. In the long term, I will get back to that, but like every now and again, going out and having a treat, I'm going to continue avoiding oils, considering the effects that it's had on me throughout this diet process. But it will be something that I'll do on my terms. I want to make sure that this experiment is clean from start to finish so that you guys at home on your own journeys, if you're looking for something you can copy or something and you don't think that I'm sneaking any food off camera or doing anything that I've not told you, I've not been 100% with you. So yeah, today I've got quite a bit going on. I don't have a training session tonight because I'm anticipating that my friends will still be in town and they wanted to go out, so I'll probably spend some time with them. And I've also got my best friend as well, who I'll be seeing. Maybe with my other friends, maybe not. It doesn't really matter. Just realised looking at this camera, I probably need to start thinking about a haircut again soon. It just grows too fast, right? Yeah, what else to report? Yeah, not really a lot. But anything comes up, I'll let you know before lunch. We're going to be eating pork and potatoes. So it's again, I can't really surprise you at this point. I've figured out the formula for the cheapest, most efficient, calorie dense foods that are also meeting my macronutrient goals, and I'm just sticking to it because why change something that isn't broken? Unless something horrendous happens or I start hitting sticking points, it's a case of like, I don't need to change this. My shopping bill was like 15 quid for this week. I actually do prefer buying the 1 kilos of turkey thighs instead of the 2 kilos because it gives me more time to eat them before they go off. And ultimately, also, I can get 4 days worth of pork in one pack of pork chops. One of those will also do it. But it's a case of like, if I want to get my calories up a little bit, going to need to eat the bigger avocados, going to need to eat eat the chocolate with 2 meals, or eat the thick cut pork chops. And then also with chicken thighs, the chicken thighs is a bit of a challenge because like how calorie dense they are, just 3 of them ends up taking up over 1,000, like nearly over 1,000 calories. When I put it on the scale, it'll be like 450, 470, and it's like 2 calories to essentially every gram or something crazy in chicken thighs. Anyway, so all this talk about food is getting me kind of hungry. It's coming up to about 11:30 now, so getting close to breaking the fast. And yeah, I'll go crack on with my day. So guys, I'll catch you up for food a little bit later. There is 314 grams of potatoes here. Then there's 1 thick cut pork chop from Sainsbury's and 31 grams of absolute 100% dark chocolate. This has been seasoned with salt and pepper. I'm not entirely sure if pepper fits in with my no grain plan, so I need to double check that. But all in all, really looking forward to this, and I'm absolutely starving, so I'm going to eat right now. And guys, this is meal 2 for today. So I have 1 thick cut pork chop, 131 grams of avocado, and 31 grams of absolute dark chocolate. So the pork, technically the use by date was yesterday, so I want to use all of that up, whereas I've got a few more days left on the chicken thighs. I've only got 2 chicken thighs left, and then I'll get some more stuff in over the weekend. So this is just a case of maximizing my my fridge more so than choosing an optimal meal. Overall, looking forward to this, and yeah, I'll catch you guys up for the wrap up a little bit later. Overall, my mood has been really good today. My energy's been very high. I've been very motivated to get stuff done, and I've generally been in good spirits. I had to run and try and do some stuff today that I find quite difficult, stuff that kind of scares me. And I was unable to do it, so I'm a little bit down in my emotional side because I just kind of feel like a little bit disappointed in myself. But ultimately, the point is I'm going to keep trying until eventually I can go through with the thing I need to do. Eventually, I'll get it if I just keep trying. It's sometimes it doesn't always work out, but I'm not going to let it beat me up too much. I can say that I don't think my diet has had any impact on that at all. So, for better or for worse, at least I know that at this point, my food and diet, my general mood is stable. My energy levels are all able to do stuff. I didn't work out today. I took it easy, so I ate much lower today, but I'm feeling pretty great otherwise. A quick run through of the calorie counts. So today I ate 1,706. I burned off 2,208, giving me a deficit of 502, which is bang on exactly what we're aiming for, about 500 calories. So yeah, tomorrow I will be training, and then the weekend I'm going to be away, so I will just do a wrap-up video when I get back on Sunday. That's going to be quite late because I've got some podcasts and that to record for other content. But all in all, yeah, I'll do a weigh-in on Sunday, and then I have the body scan on Monday, so that we get a good idea of exactly what my progress is at the end of phase 2. And exactly how far, if there needs to be a phase 3 or what happens next, essentially. But yeah, fingers crossed, by the end of the second week in March, we will have achieved the Chad bod that we are going for. But we'll see. And if it takes longer, we'll just keep working at it. It's no problem at all. Once we've got it, the next steps, I'll talk to the PTs and figure out how to then start building muscle on top of that whilst trying to keep the fat down as low as possible. And we'll start actually really grinding on getting buff. But that's going to be it for now for me. I hope you guys are doing great on your own grinds and everything's going well. Leave comments down below if you got anything that you want to see or ask, and I'll be happy to help. But otherwise, that's it from me. Have a good one. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Body Development 2K Club blog. And we're coming into the end towards the end of February, which means we've got another scan coming in on Monday. I've got one more training session today for this week, which is because today is Friday. We're doing upper weights, which is great because I've actually injured my foot again in the same place, left foot, ball. I'm impacting that a little bit too hard during the running, during Betcon cards and fit. So what I'm going to do over the weekend is grab myself some new trainers with some better padding, because I've been using some really old trainers and it's just, it's just a case of like, I don't need to, I can't afford to buy better trainers. So I'm going to go and grab a new pair. Yeah, not much else to report. My mood is genuinely really good at the minute. I've been able to concentrate on work. Day's been going really good, and I'm ready for the day. I'm going to be traveling away this weekend, so we're not going to be getting updates on Saturday, and that will probably mean I'll do a wrap up on Sunday evening when I'll cover Saturday and Sunday. It's just a little bit tricky when I'm away to set up a recording spot in somebody else's house. That's just a little bit rude. Like, hey, do you mind if I film some vlogs in your house? Yeah, don't worry about it. No one's gonna care about what's going on in your house or what stuff they want to steal. This is why we have a great white wall, so nobody knows what's in the house. Anyway, that all said and done, lunch is on its way. About 5 minutes time, I will get over to you guys with the first meal for the day, and I'll see you real soon. Okay guys, this is meal 1 for the day. We have 403 grams of chicken thighs, 303 grams of potatoes, and 30 grams of absolute 100% dark chocolate. Just seasoned with a little bit of salt, not going too mad, no pepper or anything like that. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to eating this. It's the last of the food I have in the house. I'm going away this weekend, so I've got to find something that I'm going to grab for tonight a little bit later that will keep over the weekend, so when I get back I can eat it. Because a huge part of this whole diet thing is also making sure that I min-max the amount of money being spent per calorie, and anything I have to throw away is obviously not a great place to be. So I'm going to figure that out a little bit later and eat this now, but I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later. And hey everybody, this is meal 2 for today. So a little bit different. I've got pork loin this time. So I had to grab something that was going to last over the weekend because it came in a pack of 2 of them. So this is 200 grams, and then I can eat 200 grams when I come back on Sunday, or rather at that point, by the time I get back, I probably will actually eat this on Monday. I'll figure it out, we'll see. But I also have here about 250 grams of potatoes and 98 grams of avocado. Our total calories for today is going to come out around 2,000. I've got an upper weights workout, which is going to probably burn around 260 plus walking over, walking back, probably around 300-400, and then I've got a little bit of extra burn just to go on there. So this would be a good amount. I've not added the chocolate because I want to try and keep as close to a 500 deficit as possible. And I think adding the chocolate is going to put me a little bit over today, so we're going to leave that one off. And it just means that I stretch that money a little bit further, which is great for keeping everything as cost efficient as possible. All right, guys, I'm going to eat this. I'll catch you for the wrap up a little bit later. Hey guys, it's that time again to wrap everything up here for day 54 of the Body Development 2K Club Challenge. And this is the last workout I'm going to be doing before my scan on Monday, which will tell me, give me an exact breakdown, which I can share with you guys, of my muscle mass, my body fat percentage, my fat mass, and all those general good bits of information that you've been looking forward to. And we're also on Sunday going to go over a big breakdown of how the month went, because it's the end of phase 2, because the next phase I'm going to be moving into is phase 3, which will be March. And at that point, my training and diet may change a little bit, but I'll keep you guys informed about what I'm doing differently moving forward onto phase 3. But that all said, today I'm feeling great. My energy levels is really high. I'm in a very positive mood, and I'm ready to go away for the weekend. So all set for that. It's just, yeah, let's give you guys a breakdown of today. It's still a bit early in the evening. It's just before 8 o'clock, about 20 to 8. So these numbers aren't going to be 100% finalized. Well, the calories in will be, so we'll not be eating until tomorrow lunchtime. But the calories out, you can expect about 100 burn per hour. So probably about 400 more to burn, or even if you take that easy, since I'm going to be driving in a car, maybe about another 200 more. So my calories in today was 2013. What a year that was. My calories out was 2,385, giving me a deficit of 372. So that's a little bit below 500 at the moment, but as I said, every hour I'm awake, I'm generally burning about 100 calories. So that's going to give me a little bit of extra burn before I go to bed, and that's going to bring me probably close to about the 500 number on the low end of the estimate. So today has been a very good day. Everything was planned correctly, and yeah, we did all right. So today's class was a little bit different. Last day of push week, we started the spring workout for upper weights. So for arms, we're doing mirrored sets, and that's essentially where you'll focus on the eccentric contraction. So essentially the contraction going down. So we're doing different types of curls, going up over 3 seconds, and then down over 1 second, and then switching it. So then you're going down over 3 and up over 1. That is a really tough workout. If any of you are looking to really burn out those arms, those shoulders, and your triceps, try giving that a go. Even on light weights, I was working with about 8 kilograms for my shoulder presses, my bicep curls. I had to drop my kickbacks down to about 6 kilos because they were absolutely killing me. Really, really good session overall, and I'm feeling really confident about my scan on Monday. So all I have to do is not screw up over the weekend with my diet, which is going to be really easy for me to keep at this point. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there, but I will see you again on Sunday, and we will go through all of our data, and I will be happy to share my scan with you so we can test exactly what data I've got tracked versus the scan report at the end of the month on Monday. So yeah, peace out and have fun. Hey guys, welcome to the first video of this weekend. I've just got back and I need to eat food right before jumping into some podcasts and some meetings I've got planned. So just to go through this quickly, I have here 330 grams of chicken thighs, 25 grams of 90% dark chocolate. Asda unfortunately doesn't seem to have, at least the Asda I went to, in stock 100%, so we went down to 90%. And we got 250 grams of potatoes. So I'm going to eat this up. I'm going to jump onto all those things, and I'm going to see you real soon for a big wrap up of the week. And we'll also go over the data tomorrow for the whole month because I have my body scan. Anyway, guys, catch you for the wrap up a little bit later. Hello, everyone, and welcome to a wrap up of day 56 of the Body Development 2K Club. This is a bit of a double one because I also was away for Saturday and most of Sunday, so I'm just doing a big wrap up here of the previous week, which is week 8, I believe, of since we started this, since January 3rd. It's crazy the results I've been seeing so far. Like, it's been a real push to make sure that I'm sticking to the diets and stuff, but ultimately the results is paying for itself, and that's feeding into the motivation, which is keeping me wanting to stay on target. To do a quick run through of this week, essentially the total number of calories in was 14,351. Total calories out was 18,091. Our deficit was 3,740. Now we're aiming at about a 500 deficit, so we know this actually works out really well for us. Our average in was 2,050. Our average out was 2,584, giving us a deficit of 534. Bang on, exactly what we're looking for, according to all the data. And that's been really good. So what else happened this week to take into consideration for review? So I injured my foot again. I'm going to buy new trainers because the ones I've been using that I was lifting in, I had for years, and I was just like, oh, I don't need to update these. But the impacts from Metcon cards and fit from running is actually caused me to injure my foot twice in the same spot on the left side. And I can't be dealing with that. I was worried that I was going to be missing classes again next week, and I'm just going to go ahead and get some new trainers tomorrow, and then that'll be much easier for me to train in without injuring myself. Uh, yeah, it's been good. This is going to be the end of phase 2 of this workout plan. Essentially, I got a scan tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the composition checks are. I'll do a comparison to, for the whole month, essentially tomorrow. It's a little bit late now, and it's kind of better to do it with the scan because then I can talk a little bit about muscle mass changes, body fat percentage changes, and fat mass and stuff. But it's been a really successful month. I've been really in the flow. I've learned exactly what I should be shopping for and what I should be eating, and I don't really need to think about it too much. And a lot of what I put into MyFitnessPal just takes a few minutes, and it covers me for the entire day. In fact, for the cost breakdown, I'll do this in pounds, and then on the side I'll put the dollar equivalent. But I spent £29 15 pence on shopping this week, and that bears in mind that I did restock on chocolate, and I did technically I have stuff that's going to take me a little bit into next week as well, so that this isn't 100% accurate. In fact, my pound to calorie ratio is actually better than the number I'm going to give you here, but my total calories per pound was 492 calories for every pound I spent, essentially. Really, really good conversion. Great way to keep yourself, if you weren't working out and you're just aiming at working around eating around 1500 a day, you'd be, well, £3 a day really for a month, 90 quid for shopping. That's just on just food. Obviously you're going to buy cleaning stuff and other bits and pieces, but that's really low that you could be doing this style cut for, and eating quite well. Honestly, I've been really enjoying the food that I've been eating. I've only had a few things where I felt a little bit sickly about it, and that would be pork belly. And so I just every other week I sort of take that out of the rotation, out of my diet, and then I'll just eat regular pork. Chicken thighs I've never gotten bored of. Those have always been great. Potatoes are great. Parsnips I was getting a little bit sickly on, but maybe I'll get those back in next week. We shall see. We shall see. The options are available there. Talking to my PT, they talked about that I might be changing up my program for the next part. I will have to talk more about it because I want to start putting on muscle mass next, and I've kind of hit the point with my cut where I don't want to gain more fat, and I want to do some tweaks where I'm putting on a little bit of muscle and I'm burning a little bit of fat to just sort of get down to those lower percentages. Oh, there's something to include. A scale pick. My weight this morning was 67.3 kilograms, blowing the target way out of the water. And my target was nowhere near supposed to be that low. It was supposed to be like 68.8, I think. So we dropped like a ridiculous amount. And I didn't actually lower my calories all that much. I think there was one day that I didn't train, and because I was seeing friends, and they were from out of town. I normally would just say, yeah, I'll see you after this point when I'm training, but it's guys that I've not seen for a very long time, so I made an exception there. And yeah, just overall incredible results. I'm interested to see how much of that's going to be down as fat. I look in the mirror and I felt a little bit small, to be honest, which is why I'm looking forward to putting on muscle. From my understanding, when talking to my PT, he said that you should probably consider this about the halfway point. So what happens next is going to change. Obviously, I'll be switching up supplements and stuff, and I'll be changing my diet. So probably what I'll do for you guys for the YouTube series is put a hard cut after the body scan as essentially the fat loss journey that I've done, end of phase 2. And phase 3 will be, since I'll be changing things, I will change the rules a little bit, but you can see what's achievable with the diet that I had, the types of training that I was doing, and that should motivate you in your own journeys of trying to build your Chad boards in time for summer. But it's incredibly doable, and you can see from my results. I'll also include progress photos for tomorrow. Everything I did is completely achievable. It is available on a budget, depending on what your budget is. It does require a lot of dedication and basically being able to remember why you're doing this, because it's so much easier to just pick up that slice of pizza, eat that, have a few drinks with friends, have a few beers every now and again. Very, very easy to do, but you've got to be remembering what are your goals, what is it you are looking for yourself, and then it helps make those decisions. And when you're seeing the results, especially as quickly as they come from me, that's acted as motivation and has kept me pushing myself to do this. If there are things I'd do differently, I probably wouldn't be quite as strict for this. There's been times where I've like wanted to eat with family, like Sunday roast with my parents and stuff like that. I've been avoiding that this month because I wanted to cook everything my way. But it was the right decision for this. But in terms of like for phase 3, when I changed the rules up a little bit, I'll probably be going on to some supplements, but I will talk about exactly which supplements I'm going to be using. And I'll include affiliate links down below. So if you want to support the channel, please shop through Amazon using those. So yeah, I'll talk exactly about the supplements I'm using, and then we can measure the results as going through that. And there's a couple of events coming up, like my dad's birthday. I really want to go out for dinner with him. I want to take him to a Brazilian steak place, and I'm currently, with my current diet, I would not be able to eat anything. And that's going to be next Sunday. So if I'm switching to putting on muscle, I am going to allow myself to have that meal. It's kind of a celebration. It'll be after like 60 days of really tough dieting, and I'll continue that, and I won't be tracking that particular meal in MyFitnessPal because it's going to be impossible. Because for those of you that have never been to a Brazilian steakhouse, they just keep bringing meat until you until you get the meat sweats. So I'll probably give that a go, and then to factor that into my calorie allowance for the week, I'll probably then take a 24-hour fast, just so I've got like a bit of time away. Entirely depends on what my PT says tomorrow. But I need to go to bed because I'm actually going up to do my scan at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see my results. I can't wait to share them with you guys. So you can compare them to your own fitness journeys, or you can see exactly what it is, because I think we're definitely coming to the end of the first part before I have to start making changes. So this will be the end of a little bit towards the end of the experiment. I'm not going to be changing my diet too wildly, but I am going to start like allowing myself to do stuff again, just like in moderation. I'm not going to go mad. I'm not going to be eating takeaway every week, but I've got my dad's birthday and I want to do something nice for him, so that's what I have in mind. Right, my fellow Chads in training, I'm going to be calling it a night here, so I'll catch up with you tomorrow with the scan, and we can do a big review comparison compared to my scan in the middle of the month and where I started at the first month, and I'll also compare all the way back to the very first scan we took at the start of January. But yeah, almost 60 days in, the results have been incredible for me. I would absolutely have no problem taking my shirt off down at the beach now, or anything like that. I feel genuinely good. What I want to do now is build on some muscle and get some more definition. I've still got a bit of fat to lose. I haven't got the full six-pack effect, but like when I look in the mirror, I can see that it's working there. I've got a bit more work to do. And it's just something to look forward to over the next month or two. If it takes me 2 months to build in to put on the mass in the same direction that it took me to lose, that'll be really interesting, but that'll make for a second very interesting video series, I think. So I'll see what my PTs say, but I think tomorrow will be the last video of phase 1 before we move into phase 2. So guys, that's it for me. See you tomorrow. And best of luck with your gains in the Church of Iron.